Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and it's dark, it's early, and it's Friday morning, which is a very weird morning to have a dark and early video, but hey, the worldwide version is here, stuff's gonna change, and we got huge news from JP last night. Final Fantasy IX is going to be the 4th anniversary collaboration that we're getting, and I know a lot of you were predicting this, a lot of you were excited for this, so let's go over in this video kind of what we know just straight from the live stream, with, of course, much more info trickling in as we get it. We're getting 3 characters, 1 boss, and it's neither of them. Okay, I gotta sprinkle a little bit of my own disappointment on here to start with, and there's not gonna be much of it, but look, like Beatrix is my girl from Final Fantasy IX. She's not making it in. Maybe like 3rd rerun of FF9 will get her or something like that, but she's not in this first run of it. Still, I don't think you will be surprised by the characters that we are getting. So I'll tell you what, let's throw the JP live stream on the screen here. Hit play. You see one very excited, JP producer. This when you were watching this, like, she was saying here that this was her like favorite of the Final Fantasy games or something. So she was very excited. She does the let's go thing. Let's check out the trailer here. So if you've played Final Fantasy IX, this should not be a new thing that you are seeing on the screen. This is the opening to FF9. Or at least part of it is. That's not. We've moved into something different. Anyway, it is straight up cutscenes from the game. There's Dagger after she's getting married. You guys have seen this before. Now, the characters that we're getting in the collab that we're about to go over, we are of course getting Zidan, right? Like main character, he's obviously coming in. We're getting Garnet or Dagger, depending on like what you renamed her. I always like to do this thing when I was playing the game. She takes the knife and cuts her hair off, and then she's like, help me, I need a new name. And I was like, I've got you. Your new name is Garnet. And she's like, wow, that's perfect. No one will know who I am. Because when I was a kid, I just hated the idea of naming her Dagger for some reason. Like, that's what the game wanted you to name her, and I was just not all about it. So you see right there, she is Earth element. Zidan is Wind element. And then we are also getting Vivy. So this was the one that where there was some flexibility, the 3rd new character that we were getting. Because we knew Garnet and Zidan were going to come in. Vivy being the 3rd one, I think will make a lot of people happy. This dude is, I would say, the most popular character from Final Fantasy IX, the cool little black mage. He's dark element, which makes a lot of sense. And then Kuja being the boss probably means that when we get our first rerun of this, he will be the new character added in. We're going to get some vision cards, of course. So that's the little kind of preview of what's coming. Here's some animations from the game. Not sure exactly how all of these characters are going to function, but we do know some of their abilities, and we're gonna pause this at different spots. I got different spots timestamped here. We're gonna pause this live stream at certain spots and check out exactly what we know so far. If you're having trouble not drawing comparisons to Final Fantasy VIII here with Rinoa being Earth and Garnet being Earth, I agree, but here we go. The artwork looks really good. Let's pause that one and move on here. So here's those 3 characters. 90 cost, 100 cost, 100 cost. So okay, I'm not sure which one of these is the free character, by the way. Now, if Garnet is the free character and she's 90 cost free Earth, that means we have 200 cost gacha units to pull for. I'm hoping that like Vivy or Zidan is the free unit, and we're getting another free 100 cost unit. There is some precedence there to like with Bart's, for example, being a free 100 cost unit. So I'm really hoping that's the route that they go. Not sure, just not sure. I just don't know yet, and I just woke up, and I'm releasing this info as I have it. So if you do know which one is free in the chat, go ahead and drop that. Now, what I do have, though, is some translations from Discord here that I'm going to put on the screen. So here's Zidan, right? And Zidan's limit break buffs physical damage to self for 3 turns, deals large damage, and reduces own AP consumption for 3 turns. So large damage, physical damage up, AP consumption down. All right. His skill 1, which is going to be the buffing skill right here, recovers AP, reduces magic damage, applies disable guts removal debuff for 3 turns when attack hits. So he can turn off courage removal. It's definitely the next kind of step forward in the game in terms of like ability power creep, I guess. It's not like I've seen a little bit of overreaction to this. I mean, like, it's weird, right? People in the community overreacting to something. It's about as common as me underreacting to something, probably. But I don't think that this is like meta game changing and defines all that stuff. No. It's just the ability to somehow help your teams, you know, use their courage. I think it's powerful. I think this is a useful ability. It's not a group buff, right? If this was like, okay, he buffs his whole team and his whole team turns courage off. And so now anybody on his team with courage, if they hit your team first, they're going to remove the courage removal. That would be a little bit more OP. Still, this is just his way of doing something special. So I think that's a cool buff. His skill 2 inflicts single target resist down and then deals medium damage. So he has a single target resist down debuff right here. This makes me kind of think that maybe he'll have some chaining potential with some of the rest of his moves. We'll see once his full kit comes out, because single target resist down is a big one for PvE chaining. And then skill 3 right here destroys physical damage barrier, deals medium damage, and reduces healing power for 3 turns, and also buffs a follow-up attack for 3 turns. So he's got follow-up attack move with barrier removal. He looks strong. We'll of course have to see his whole kit before you see how strong he is, but there we go. His 140 upgrade will negate CT up debuff on one ability. So he's all about debuffing the enemy, and debuffing the enemy in kind of interesting ways that we've not seen before. Okay, then we have Dagger here. Now this one's paused at a little bit more awkward of a spot. I'm sorry about that. What it is. So she is, oh, by the way, Zidan is main job stag, or he's like Dragoon Operative. Dagger is going to be his job class skills, I think, here. For Dagger, not to be confused with Zidan's weapon type, we got Mace User, Sword Sorcerer, and Kodadama Wielder. So definitely a mage right here. Her limit break is an AoE heal and cleanse. Also cleanses all attack resistance for 3 turns. So all attack resist debuffs, I imagine, is what that's supposed to say. So a big heal for her AoE. Her AI apparently is like Soul's AI. So if you're somebody who's used to playing Soul and sometimes he does like buffing at awkward times, you're going to get that kind of thing with Dagger. If you like the way he plays, you'll like this character as well. Skill 1 for Dagger right here is going to be 2-hit attack non-elemental and decreases spirit penetration. And then AoE heal sequence 2. So it's like, so you can see right here, it does damage in this diamond shaped AoE. Then she has an AoE heal that she follows that up with. That seems really good. Like just this move by itself plus the limit break makes me think Dagger's probably going to be a good support in the game, which is not surprising. And then let's see, skill 2 is a buff. So you see right here, single target buff. It is shell, missile resist, magic damage, and re-raise for 3 turns. I would not be surprised if there was a skill upgrade to this through like EX jobs or something like that, where then she also gave that to herself, because that is a good buff. It's a good buff, right? It's a good buff, but wouldn't that seems like one to me that would catch an upgrade or something. So there's that. Then skill 3 removes guts and deals earth damage medium. So she has a courage removal skill that you know, Zidan can kind of turn off, so that's something. Anyway, so there's that one. All right, next up, let's look at Vivy. I think this is the one a lot of people will be the most excited for. Oh, and I do want to say before I move on, these clips are from Odaiba's YouTube live stream that I watched before I recording this video. So big shout out to Odaiba for always doing these translation live streams. I meant to say at the beginning of the video, my bad, dude. Sorry, there you go. Shout out to Odaiba. Okay, AI for Vivy. So let's see. Nope, Vivy's class here. Unique black mage class for himself, Blade Soul Red Mage. So there's his classes. His limit break buffs magic damage to self, deals AoE large damage, and can inflict stun. So he comes with a big status effect inflicting limit break right there. Stun is pretty powerful move in PvP. Okay, skill 1, you can see right here the big AoE skill on the screen. Reduces elemental chain resist, AoE, deals large damage, and buffs his own CT up. So okay, big nuke right right there for him. Skill 2, non-elemental damage, extra large, single target, extra large non-element, and removes re-raise. All right. And then skill 3 right here is a group buff, the first group buff that we've seen today. AoE protect, disable re-raise removal debuff for 3 turns on hit for self, and increase own magic resist pin for 3 turns. So Zidan had disable courage removal. Vivy has disable re-raise removal. So interesting. Now, it's not to his group. At least the way I'm reading this, it's not to his group. It's just for him. He gives protect to his group and then gives himself that. So there we go. That's what's coming down the pipe right there. For those 3 characters, there's also going to be vision cards. Here's what they look like. And now let's talk for just a moment about the dates on these things. So you see the dates here. This collaboration is starting at the beginning of November for JP. I would anticipate that means it starts at the beginning of December for us in global. So I really don't think, I think this is going to be one of those times when we get that little bit of a delay that they've kind of talked about, that about 1 month delay. Maybe not. Maybe this comes right off the back of Final Fantasy VIII for us and really then represents the end of this, like, you know, crunch that we went through Road to Worldwide. But honestly, the Road-wide version has been very good so far. I've really enjoyed the road-wide the road-wide version. It's 4-lane road, you know, it's about 4 lanes roads wide. The worldwide version has been really enjoyable so far, which extra twists the dagger, no pun intended for Final Fantasy IX, of the pain from Road to Worldwide. But here we go. Our next collaboration is coming. There's a lot more info coming out about this, but I wanted to just pump this out there as soon as I could before my Friday kicks off. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, little surprise bonus news here. The info is still trickling out, and I wanted to just include this in on the back here. We are getting a throwback kind of thing. This is King Elda right here as you know, a young man. This is Helena, like young Helena. And then if we fast forward a little bit here through the live stream, you'll see a vision card featuring that artwork, and maybe more importantly, the units on the screen here. We're going to be getting these units in game. So maybe this means that there's going to be some like story. Again, this is all like live happening right now. There's going to be some story about the past again with, you know, like young King Elda, young Helena, young, what, like who, like you see them on screen. There's Mont, Stern, Glassy, King Curry is a young man, some guy in the background right there. Here's a look at a unit we definitely know we're getting in young Helena. This is not surprising at all. It's light Helena. So, okay, all of this is coming too. Don't know anything about this yet at all. So it's all happening live. We'll know more later. Peace.